Hey guys, Justin here coming at you from the 2x4 test tent with another unboxing video. This one is actually a little bit different than the usual. It looks like it might be a like a 2x4 light or whatever, but this is not. This is actually from Raymatix, our friends at Raymatix. We've reviewed a bunch of their stuff. It's all been great. And this is their new Sideclops. So this is going to be side lighting and under canopy penetrating lighting, or supplemental lighting. If you have a hole in your canopy somewhere that this would fit, hey, there we go. So let's take a look at this. We've got baby Katana here, and of course we got all the meters. We got meter, we got the heat meter, we got the spectrometer, par meter, and then you can see the four-corner par sensors in the tent already. So let's get the meters off to the side here. Let's bust into the box. Cut this side first. Could probably just take it all out one side, actually. Let's see here. Let's see how this is going to work. Alright, there's a driver. Koozie. Raymatix koozie. Forgot about that. Oh, another driver. Oh yeah, that's right, he sent me the 2-pack. Now these come in a 1-pack, or well, one or a 2-pack. I guess you wouldn't have a 1-pack. But this is how they come. Very neatly packaged and protected. Ooh, 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 that is, oh damn, that is cool. All right, that looks sick. Let's see if we can get it out of the plastic here. I don't want to do it too quick and damage anything, but at the same time I want to take a look at this thing, because this looks badass. What in the... Wow. So check that out. It's got holes drilled in it so that you have some airflow. A lot of holes in it. They're waterproof. I mean, so if you're spraying, you ain't got to worry about these things. Look at that. They are completely encased. Completely encased. This is sick, man. Wow, dude. There's the name there. Sideclops. I like it. I like it. Sideclops. Take a look at the back. There's the Raymatix Sideclops. The lot number. Way cool, man. Super light. Really lightweight. Definitely not heavy. I mean, there's no driver on this portion of it. And it's got a nice long cord. So you can externally or remotely mount the driver. Or he said you can actually mount the driver to the back of it somehow. So we'll need to take a look at that as well. But he said you can mount it to the back, which is pretty cool. Got some rubber bands on here still. There's a Raymatix brand there on the end, the mounting hole. Now if you mount it to the wall, screw it to a wall, obviously you can't mount the driver on the back. So you will have to mount it remotely at that point. Let's take a look at the drivers here. Meanwell drivers. All high quality. We got the dimmer. There's the driver that they come with. Meanwell. Kick ass. So you get 2 of those in the 2-pack. And then we got our second bar right here. I'm wondering if this might actually I don't know. I think he said they were like 90 some watts. I'm wondering if 2 of these might actually light a 2x4. These are a lot bigger than I thought they were going to be. I thought they were just going to be like strips like this, like a half size thing, you know, like I've seen like the Rapid LED Core 85 bar and other supplemental bars. I wasn't expecting this this crazy beefiness. Like this is awesome. Killing it, man. Killing the game. So we've got rope ratchets here. Of course, they got the Metal Gear rope ratchets because they got high quality light, so you got to get the high quality extras. And that's pretty much it. That's what it comes with. So let's take a look. Oh, can't forget about the koozie though. I already have one of these from the last light. Actually, probably a couple of them. But a lot of companies send little extras. Raymatix sends a little beer koozie or soda koozie, whatever. But yeah, pretty sweet. Let's get these suckers hooked up and see what kind of par they push. Alright guys, we got it all hooked up and ready to go. This is pretty nice, man. Take a look at that. Now the diodes are LM301B for the white ones, and then the red ones are actually Samsung LH351H Deep Red V2s. So really, really nice diodes. And we already went over the fact that they have Meanwell drivers. And he sent me the flower bars here. There's also veg bars, I believe. But he sent me the flower bars. I went ahead and attached the dimmer, or excuse me, the driver to the back. It's pretty easy. There's 2 screws, one on each side. If I can get over there right there. To hold the driver on there. Pretty easy to mount. The dimmer is an option. It does not come with the bars themselves. Neither do the rope ratchets. The rope ratchets and the dimmer are optional extras, so that way you're not paying for something that you don't really need if you don't want either of those. So if you're going to be mounting them on a wall, you're probably not going to be doing a whole lot of messing around with them and dimming them and stuff like that. But who knows? You can kind of do what you want, order what you want. You can see we got the ventilation holes for the wall mounting. You can see straight through there. They're again all waterproof. And this is about as far down as I can dim these. You can't even see, there's not very much light coming off of them. It looks bright on camera, but it's not very much. You can't even see on the meter. Oops, I accidentally bumped the meter a little bit there. On the watt meter, it's actually 3.7 watts for both bars right now. Ridiculous. So let's turn these up a little bit. There's no like clicks or anything, so I don't know. I think I'm just gonna blow them open. Really, let's just blow them open. If you guys want to mess with the dimmers, you can, but there's no real way for me to mess with it with there being 2 of them, especially. Yeah, trying to get both of them evened out. Yeah, that ain't gonna happen. At least with the amount of time that I have doing these videos. So if you want to do that at home, where you got plenty of time, that's cool. But yeah, that's what we're gonna do, I believe, right now. So blowing this all the way open, we are at 17 inches as usual. 1 inch for the size of the meter, or size of the sensors there. So 16-inch canopy is what we're pushing here. And blowing these things all the way open as far as they'll go, we're pushing 196 watts. And you can see the corner readings are only about 224. That's going to be because these bars don't really go all the way out to there. These aren't meant to do like a full 4-foot space, I don't believe. It's more of a 2x3, or if you want supplemental, of course, you could do a 4-foot space. But if you're looking to use these to maybe grow with, like how I have them set up here, this is actually pretty cool. You can space them out how you want. You can dim them. Like if you have a crop on the other side that doesn't like as much light as this side, you can dim that side, not dim this side. Like, yeah, there's tons and tons of options if you actually want to use this as a grow light instead of supplemental. Like, this is freaking awesome. And I think if you got a third one, it would really take off in here. That'd be nuts. 300 watts. So yeah, but the cool thing is, these things are fairly focused because they do have the lenses on them. So we don't have a whole lot of coverage all the way out to there, but we just bring it in a little bit, and look at how high it shoots up here. We're going to the edge of where the light is, right there. Keep in mind, no real reflection. And we're at 400. We're at 400 right there. Just moving it that far, from here to here, doubled it. So you can kind of see the footprint of these. I think if you have a 2 foot by 3 foot tent, which I used to have, I believe 2 of these would rock the shit out of a 2 foot by 3 foot tent. But check this out. Let's do a center reading on both of these here. 656 in the middle of this 2x4 using 196 watts. Let's move it down side here a little bit. 420. Oh wow, how did I get that perfect? So 420 right there. And if we move over underneath the other one, 500. So we're at 500 there. Move it underneath this one. 487, 493, about 500 there too. So 500, 500, and then in between there, 450. You could flower with that and not really have a big problem. And you can also move these closer together. I have them pretty spaced out because I have this big freaking light up here. So you can see the ties are kind of on each side of the light. So they are spaced out maybe a little bit more than what I would do normally. But it works pretty well. It works pretty well. 644 there. If we go over to this side, look at that. 735. These bars have some serious output. We're talking 16 inches away, pushing 730 to the canopy. That's just ridiculous, man. 814, I moved it underneath I had it underneath the red there. Now I moved it underneath the white bar, or the white portion. 817. So these are very, very directed. Very directed. It's gonna change a lot. See the 659 underneath that red one. Oh, now we're getting to the edge. 565. Still, you can flower with that. Like, you can flower with that. Let's get up close here. Now, there's no reflection, keep in mind, on this side at all. So, no reflection on this sensor. We're still pushing 630 with no reflection at all. That's awesome, dude. That is totally awesome. Let's throw it down there for another reading real quick. 487. Yeah, man, these things blast. These are the strongest supplemental lighting bars that I've ever tested. Unless you count the X1s. That's really the only thing I can compare these to is the X1 from Chilled. This is pretty kick-ass, man. I gotta tell you. I'm gonna use these. I'm gonna throw these in a tent. And I'm gonna use these. These are really nice. Really, really, really nice. So this is one that's going into my personal collection. Hell yeah. Now, discount code on these is below. I have discounts on all Raymatix lights. I've reviewed their Hammer Plus 2, their old back in the day, their 200 light, and then now these ones. And every single time, it has been killer products. That Raymatix Hammer that they have just blows the crap out of a 2x4. So I mean, if you want 2x4 performance, I would just say get the Raymatix Hammer, and it go look at the video. Like, I already reviewed it in this tent. It blew the doors off. So yeah, this may not be the best option for a 2x4, but damn, these things are strong as hell. If you've got a 2x3, or if you need some really strong supplemental lighting, like if you've got a section of your tent that could use 700 somewhere, this will do it. This will do it. And there again, for that side lighting, man, a lot of the commercial grows are starting to get into using side lighting, because side lighting helps them with their under canopy yield. That's really, really big for that under canopy yield, is getting some really good side light penetration. Now, some people will say, oh, the leaves don't absorb any light from the side. Well, no, technically, but leaves do lean towards wherever the light is coming from. So if you've got some side lighting, those leaves are going to lean towards that. And then not only that, you're going to be lighting the under canopy. Just having light bouncing around underneath that under canopy is going to help those bottom nugs and those under canopy nugs get fatter. So I'm a big fan of side lighting. I've done side lighting in the past. I don't have any right now, but I do now. I will definitely be using these. And yeah, man, if you guys want to check it out, I definitely would recommend these. I don't recommend a lot of products, like recommend. I just test it and just kind of say, hey, you know, if you guys want to get it, cool. But like I said, this is going to be going into my personal collection, so I can recommend these safely, personally. So, let's take a look at the spectrum here. Let me get the spectrum meter here fired up. And let's see what we're pushing here. Oh, it's on constant. I need a single reading. Stop. There. It'll just keep reading if you tell it to. Alright, so this is what we're looking at. This is reading 931 because it's a 5-inch tall meter, so it's a little taller than the other meters. But that's a lot of red. That's a lot of red. This is definitely some flower light. There's the makeup. Very little blue. Tons of red. Far red. Not really a whole lot of IR or UV. But yeah, just tons and tons of red. So let's go ahead and let this warm up. We'll see what kind of heat readings we can get off of them, and then we'll wrap it up. All right, we have let this warm up for a couple hours here. So let's take a look and see what we see. So that's the shiny part of the board, so that's not really going to read that accurate, but it's saying like 110. And then the driver, it's saying it's pretty hot, like 150, 160, but it doesn't feel hot. It must be reading the internal, because I wouldn't be able to put my hand here for this long if it was 160. Like I just straight up wouldn't. It does feel like there's a enclosure. This doesn't really feel like the. I don't know. I haven't seen this driver, but it feels like there's almost like an enclosure, and maybe it's measuring the internal parts, because it's definitely not that hot on the outside. The board is hotter than the driver is, and then we have a sticker over here, so I can hit that sticker and we'll get a fairly accurate reading on the temperature. And that is 125, 127 on this one. Let's move back to the back one back here. Sticker's a little more open on that one. Is that like 114? Oh no, 120. 121. So the boards are I'd say that's accurate, because with the hand test, they're not really that hot. Not really that hot. The back side of my hand there. I mean, that's yeah, it's hot, but it's not burning hot. So I think the 120 estimate is accurate on there. Now this does not feel like 150 at all. Like 156. It's got to be reading internal components. I know it can read internals because it can see heat in walls and stuff like that. So it'll see the heat no matter what. I mean, it's super sensitive. I mean, check this out. I can put my hand here just for a bit. And there's my hand. Like, this thing is really sensitive. You can see a handprint for a good like 5 minutes at least. It's pretty crazy. But yeah, this setup is nice. I really dig it. It's super versatile because you got so many options to mount the driver. You can mount it externally. You can mount it to the back. There's a ton of different hanging options. I mean, you got a hanger hole here to hang it vertically. You got hanger holes here to hang it horizontally. You got hanger holes on the end if you want to hang it vertically as well. The other way. Like, yeah. I mean, it pretty much covers all the bases, really. As far as what I want in a supplemental or side light. It's really nice. It's nice to get good stuff in here. I mean, I get a lot of the same, like, quantum board style stuff and whatnot. I get a lot of that same stuff. And then there's a lot of the bar style stuff. And this is, I mean, it's a bar style, but it's definitely different. Being encased and everything. I really like the ventilation, because if you're going to wall mount this, you definitely want to have some, the ability to get some air back there. So I do dig the holes that are punched in them. For ventilation's sake, that's really nice. So, I mean, overall, I mean, I give them a thumbs up. I'm going to go ahead and use them. Like I said, these are going into my personal collection. So, speaking of thumbs up, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, because that helps me out a lot. Or if you didn't like it, I mean, you can give it a thumbs down too, but either way, just interaction is what helps. Also, positive comments down below. I love positive comments. And hit up my merch store. If you guys haven't seen, I have a merch store now. You can get some really cool merch. Down below, if you go to justintimetogrow.com and click on merch store, you can check it out. So yeah, lots of cool stuff. I got the giveaway going on in the last video, so make sure you go back and check the last video. But that's pretty much it for this one, guys. Until next time, happy growing.